Hi, I'm going to talk about the freeze and blank features on your LCD remote, and I'm also going to teach you why you would want to use those features. The first feature we're going to talk about is the freeze button feature. We'll look more closely at the remote in a moment. You don't need to worry about this first section here because we don't have that feature turned off on our options. So when you press freeze, you will see the word freeze displayed at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. You'll also just press freeze again to go back to your normal picture from your computer. It's important to remember to avoid what's called burn-in. Don't leave the projector in freeze mode for too long. So just a few seconds while you're looking up something. That brings us to why we should use the freeze button. Let's say, for example, if you're doing a Google image search, you're not going to want the rest of the class to see what might come up, even with strict filters that the school has in place. So before you do a Google image search, press freeze on the main screen for Google, and then on your computer, go ahead and do the image search, select the image that you want, and then when you get the image as you would like it to appear on the screen, then press the freeze button again, and the class will be able to see exactly what you want them to see, and they won't be able to see anything that you don't want them to see. Here's a close-up of your remote for your LCD projector, and you'll notice the freeze button is right there. Okay, the other option that we're going to talk about is the blank button. So we'll look at the remote a little more closely in a moment. The blank screen does exactly what it says. It turns your screen blank. So for example, if you want the students to not focus on the image on the screen and you want them to listen to you, for example, you would push the blank button one time, it'll turn the screen dark, and then you can have the attention. It also puts the LCD projector in almost like a sleep state for a few moments. So it saves you from having to power down the LCD projector altogether and power it back up, which can take several minutes. And in class time, several minutes can seem like a long time. So use the blank button. It's also important to not do anything else like put a large object right in front of the lens, because doing so, it says it could potentially damage the projector. Here we have the close-up of the remote again, and your blank button is right there. Alright, thanks for watching. This has been how to use the freeze and blank button features on your LCD remote. I'm Eric Holshoe.